We have not done an episode of Don't Be Silly with Your Marketing for quite a while, so we're bringing her back. The thing I want to talk about today, and the thing I've been preaching about, is AI visibility and doing AI visibility audits. And you might think, okay, what does that mean? So you go to Google or you go to AI and ask, how do I conduct this? The thing I wanted to share is that most of the directions for these audits start with listing out your prompts and then going to the different platforms and asking them, capturing what it says back, benchmarking. So their step one is actually not where you want to start. Where I start is step 0, because this is all assuming you know what your customer is asking. Like, you're basing it off of the keywords and phrases that you've been measuring in traditional SEO, what you've been creating your content for. What I do is what I've called the audience intelligence loop, and I start at step 0. I go and figure out what your customer is actually asking, what their pain points are, what problems they have, whether it's a customer or a patient or whatever industry you're in. That is where you get the prompts that they're going to be asking, because they're not asking about marketing speak or the keywords. Like, the average Google keyword is 4 words, where the average ChatGPT prompt is 23. So you don't really know what they are asking unless you go to the source where they're unabashedly themselves. They're not, sugarcoating anything. They're asking real questions, and they're just frustrated and being real. Like, how do you do that? That's my audience intelligence loop, where I systematically and in bulk, I can't think of the word right now. I go across thousands of conversations that exist online and then identify what are the patterns of these conversations. What are the questions? How does that line up to our product or our service? You might find that there's a complete positioning that you had no clue you needed to really latch onto because your product or your service solves it. Now you add that into your content strategy for your AI optimized content. So all of this to say, don't start at step 1 when you're doing your AI visibility audits. You need to start at step 0, and to figure out, you need to start at step 0 so you actually are measuring the things that your customers are actually asking these platforms, and you're not optimizing and benchmarking your visibility against another assumption from your marketing department the same way we've been marketing for, a decade plus. So that's my tip. I'm going to be sharing more about my audience intelligence loop via my website and my LinkedIn newsletter. So just stay tuned for that. But I'm excited to continue to share all of this with you guys. It's moving so fast that we have to be scrappy. We have to do these things. Like, for example, SEMrush it was sponsored, but it was the first result. Like, how do I do an AI visibility audit? They're keeping you in their platform. We've been using SEMrush for, a decade plus. We got to get out of there and do something different. So that's what I'm doing. So follow along and I'll continue to share the tips.